So I've just arrived at Merdeka Square, which is Independence Square, which is where the Malaysians gained independence from British colonialism. So before this became the Independence Square, it was actually a cricket club, and you can see behind me the green is there, and just in the background there is the original clubhouse. And this is the exact location where in 1957, on August the 30th, the British flag, the Union Jack, was lowered and the Malaysian flag was raised, signifying the independence from the British colonialism. So this was formerly the Selangor Club Padang, and that field just over there was simply just called the Padang. I guess this part here is the old cricket club. So the Sultan Abdul Samad building, which sits in front of the green, as you can see, is just behind me. Now this was originally the British colonial offices, or simply called the government offices. I was just talking to the Grab driver on the way in, and he said there's a bird park about 20-minute walk from here. Now, I absolutely love birds, so I'm going to go and check it out. Just arrived at the bird park. It is 75 ringgit to get in. It's the world's largest free flight walk-in aviary, and yeah, there's plenty of birds, and they seem to be letting you get quite close and personal. Birds constantly flying about around you. There is a net which you should be able to see, which is above the enclosure. Look at these beasts. So I arrived here at about 4 p.m. and yeah, it's pretty quiet here now. So if you want the place to yourself to some degree, then yeah, come later in the afternoon, early evening, and the place closes at 7 p.m. Every time I'm in KL, a shopping trip is always on the agenda, and this time is no different. We're in Bukit Bintang. Just a short 5-minute walk from the pavilion in Bukit Bintang is Laoyat Plaza. So the place behind me is Plaza Laoyat, which is perfect for electronic goods like laptops, phones, cameras, etc. Approaching 7:30 and I'm at Surya KL, which is round the back of the Petronas Towers. And at 7:30, 8:30 and 9:30 each evening, there's a light show on the lake behind me. So stick around and I will show you what it's all about. So in all honesty, the light show was a little bit underwhelming. I would say get there on the hour, 8, 9 or 10 o'clock rather than half past the hour, because it's very slow to get started. Probably more suited to kids and families, so, but each to their own. I'm maybe spoiled by the fact that I've seen a pretty spectacular one in Dubai. So no matter where I am, I'm always going to try and hunt out a decent breakfast spot, and I found a really good one in KL, so I'll take you along right now. So this breakfast spot is called Local, L-O-K-L, which is just behind me. And a breakfast will cost you about £12 or £13, and that's a couple of coffees and, you know, a decent full English breakfast. So I'll take you inside and we'll have a look now. So we're going to hit a few tourist hotspots. The first stop is probably KL's most famous landmark. Can you have a guess what it is? I've just arrived at KLCC Park, which is a nice place in the centre of KL to go for a morning walk or a late evening walk. If you're into your jogging, there's this red track just there which runs all the way around the park. So a visit to Kuala Lumpur isn't complete without a visit to the Petronas Towers, which you can see just behind me. Now, the towers were built in 1998, and between 98 and 2004, this was actually the tallest building in the world. And even today, these are the tallest twin towers in the world. It's 450 meters high, or just over, and it's 88 stories. You can take a tour up the tower. There's a sky bridge which you can see in the shot there, and further up the building there's an observation deck. So where I was before in KLCC Park is the backside of the Twin Towers, and I've gone through the shopping centre to the front, and yeah, this is the view from the front. To get around the city, I've mainly been using the Grab app, which is pretty reasonable value. For say a 10-minute journey, you're looking at between 5 and 10 ringgit, which is £1 to £2. So I will briefly touch on accommodation in KL now. When I first got to KL, I took a budget option, which was called the Space Hotel, which is effectively a dormitory, but it's kind of, you've got your own enclosure, so there's a little bit more privacy. And that was about 12 to 15 Great British pounds per night. Now, I thought I was transiting quickly through KL, so I was happy with that. When it turned out that I had to stay longer, I decided to get somewhere a bit more comfortable, which is where I am now. Now, this place is a 1-bedroom apartment, which I got on Airbnb, and the nightly rate is between 50 and 60 pounds. It does have views of the Petronas Towers. It's got a gym up on, I think it's the 53rd floor, and a swimming pool as well. Now, the gym facilities are pretty basic here, so I'm going to take you to a decent gym. It's Life and Fitness in Bukit Bintang, so let's go.
I will not be denied, I will not be defied, I will not be defeated, I put it all on the line. If you in my way, then stop it or you'll be watching me drive. It's not a stairway to heaven without a hell of a ride. I need that energy, I need more enemies for real. Them bottom feeders just had me heated, the top is chill. I'm locked and loaded now, I'm popping up on your radar. The game ain't never fair, I just work hard and